Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Crypto. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. I'm back with another monthly MELD update, guys. I hope you enjoyed my Wi-Fi update yesterday. Today, back updating you guys on my other channel favorite, which is MELD Labs. For those of you that don't know, MELD is a DeFi protocol for lending and borrowing both fiat and cryptocurrencies being built on the Cardano blockchain. If you don't know about it already, guys, this is one that you absolutely have to have on your radar. At MELD_labs on Twitter, meld.com for their website. Before we get into this monthly update for September, guys, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a girl taking you along on the crypto journey. For anybody that is interested, guys, I'm about 5 weeks away from giving birth to my first baby, but I will keep these updates coming, bar anything going wrong or life getting a little bit too busy. Now, guys, MELD is one of the most anticipated projects on Cardano. A lot of buzz behind this one, over 57,000 followers on Twitter, and the first successful big ISPO that ever came to Cardano. And these guys are always building, and, you know, bearish market or not, nothing has changed. And that's what you need to see from projects that you are following and investing in during this market. The price is extremely cheap, and, you know, if you believe in these projects, this is the time you want to be loading up. Now, as always, guys, we'll start backwards and move our way forwards. There's a bunch of updates on the MELD app, and I'm actually going to show you a sneak peek of what it looks like. So they were, at the beginning of the month, they were looking to several issues that are affecting certain users' ability to withdraw their staked MELD. So, guys, the 6-month stake ended not too long ago, and a lot of people were commenting saying they had trouble withdrawing. Now, that has been fixed. As far as I'm concerned, I helped a couple of people out on Twitter and stuff like that. If you're still having issues, I highly recommend getting in touch, and I can connect you guys with other people. But these guys did look into it, and it seems to all be fixed now. They've also been doing the MELD Dev Diaries. I really enjoy these. They're like little 2-3 minute reads, and they give you a bit of an update on what the developers are up to, which is really where you want to focus your attention during this sort of bear market. Because the devs are the ones that are making the difference. So I'm not going to go deep into this and read it word for word, but it just goes into, I guess, a line-by-line item of what they are working on, which is absolutely fantastic. And I highly recommend, if you don't follow MELD or Ken on, so it's published by MELD, but on Medium, I highly recommend keeping an eye on it, keeping an eye on their Twitter, and making sure that you're up to date. Now, the other thing that everybody's been talking about is the Bank Manager NFTs. So earlier in the month, they were testing the scripting for the planned attribute property scheme. The minting portal front end is under development. They've made some decisions about artwork, which was one of the most challenging aspects, and we had a lot of discussions about that in the MELD Ambassador chat. And I appreciate, obviously, the MELD team giving us a little bit of, a little bit of say and getting our opinions. And they've chosen the absolute best. They do not intend to cut corners on any aspect of the aesthetic or anything like that. So these guys are really taking this seriously. Like, they take everything seriously, and I trust what they're doing. Now, they also posted about what is an EMI and why is MELD obtaining an EMI. It's essentially an electronic money institute, or neobank. Is usually a fintech startup that operates on a more limited license than a traditional bank. So, while not technically a bank, how is a neobank different? Well, the most important difference is traditional banks offer fractional reserve banking. They take your money, keep a fraction on hand in case you try to withdraw it or invest it or lend it out. Will they invest well? So, obviously, they say, just remember 2008. How could we forget dear old MELD? And then it goes into, how does an EMI use the deposits? So with some variation, you can deposit in a savings account or spend it from a checking account. The key is that deposits are yours, often backed by a full reserve, and depending on the jurisdiction, they are insured as well. Because neobanks don't offer the same debt tools as traditional banks, they typically focus on moving money for customers through debit or credit card integrations. One of the primary value proposition of a neobank is convenience. This is what most users want. Banking user experience matters. So obviously the number of neobanks has exploded over the last few years. The number of traditional banks has declined or relatively stagnant. So the younger generation is more into neobanks. I know I definitely am, and obviously it makes sense that MELD is moving in this direction. So there are hundreds of EMI and neobanks on the market. Some of the most popular ones you may already know: Chime, NextPay, vAlert, MultiPass. And at Meld Labs, their mission is to bring the flexibility and real-world access of neobanking combined with the revolutionary financial tooling of crypto and DeFi. Your money, your wealth, your access. This is the big mission of Meld. Meld did also give a brief mention to IAMX, or IMX, another project that I really, really like on Cardano, which is built around digital identities and digital IDs. I think there's going to be a lot in this space developing, and I think and I hope that IMX is a big player in this. I've been delegating to the ISPO forever and a day. Very, very excited to see where this project goes. Good to see Meld supporting. They also did some more mentions on the Meld app. So they want to acknowledge the UI issues that have caused frustration for many of who are staking or redeeming your Meld rewards. So most of the issues have been fixed and a couple more have been identified and are being addressed. So obviously talked about this briefly about people having issues with withdrawing. Now, having said that, they were excited to release some teasers of the Meld app UI that they're honing for release in the coming months. The roadmap is imminent, so I'm going to put this in the big screen, guys. Check this out. It looks absolutely fantastic. Loving it. Looks simple, looks sleek, looks good. Keen to see the mobile version, obviously, but you know, nice and simple, and has the same sort of flow that the current Meld app has. When you go in there to stake and stuff like that, you can sort of see when you hover over stuff, you get some options and whatnot. So I love to see it, and I love to see what these guys are doing, and it's just really nice to see a project that's so consistent, that's building, and that's giving you those regular updates, and that's really the key. Now we've got an Akamon status update as well, a new endpoint for Akamon, a sneak peek of the Meld app. So they did some stuff to designs. They've also decided that Avalanche is the next bridge that they're going to work on. So obviously Polygon Cardano was the first bridge, and now they're going to do Cardano to Avalanche. And this is in addition to Polygon, guys. So it's not replacing Polygon or anything like that. It's in addition. So stablecoins on Cardano, the solution, the developments. This is a really, really great article. So I'm going to put this in the bio. Highly recommend. If you haven't already, please give it a read. It's, you know, very, very important updates in there. We've got another dev diary, or the second Meld dev diary, updates on lending and borrowing, MVP design, staking, investing, the bridge, the infrastructure, and a bunch of other stuff. So just constant updates, guys. Stuff is always happening with Meld, and this is why I love being a very, very small part of this team. And the third one, which came out only towards the end of September, there was more updates, and you know, as you can see, week to week, there's a lot going on. If you think about it, on a you know, 7 days is not a very long time, and these guys are doing a lot in a very short period of time. Now, the bank managers, okay, so on Medium, they've dropped some hints, and in the Twitter spaces, Meld with us if you ever get a chance to join them. Unfortunately, it is always when I am asleep. Living in Australia it does not allow me to join a lot of Twitter spaces, unfortunately, unless I get up in the middle of the night. But essentially, even if you were not one of the 40,000 people who participated in the ISPO, you still have a chance to own one of the 10 Golden Bank Manager NFTs in a massive collection of over 42,000. So there's more to it than just rarity of these Golden Bank Managers. So the entire Bank Manager collection is not like any other. So it's got over 42,000 unique NFTs. It's massive. As you know, the purpose of the Bank Manager NFTs is to say thank you to the amazing community. Every ISPO wallet is just as important as the next and is entitled to mint a Bank Manager. So here's a screenshot of what the minting portal will look like from the distribution partners, freeloaders. So our designers might get their hands on it before the final launch. So they are going to use freeloaders to do this NFT drop, which there was a couple of ones in mind, but Meld ended up choosing them. So the rarity of the Golden Bank Managers is cool, but the real value for those who choose to use it will be the enhanced utility of the Meld protocol. So they'll be entitled to a full 1% discount on their loan interest rates. Now, guys, in a world where interest rates are at an all-time high, 1% can make a pretty big difference over a year. And how can you get your chance at receiving one of these? Well, they've set aside a couple of golden bank managers for specific platforms. So 2 to 3 of them are designed for their Meld Discord members, where the likelihood of winning will be determined by the ranking system. So you need to join the Discord, link is in my bio. The remaining will be shared for random distribution through their partners, which are JPEG Store and Freeloaders. No surprise that JPEG Store is being used. My favorite by far NFT marketplace on Cardano, and just a brilliantly built website. So be sure to follow all their social channels, which are going to be linked in my bio, and keep an eye on the updates, guys. I am so excited to just for all the bank managers. I'm very excited to get one, and I'll definitely be purchasing a couple of extras. Now, a very exciting news that came out towards the end of September is the Meld Neobank, a new era for Meld with the Meld Neobank. So the next step is helping you be your own bank. So it goes into Meld versus banks, Meld X, the Meld Neobank, Electric Money Institution, and the debit card. This is a fantastic article, and it really goes into exactly the nitty-gritty of what these guys are doing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on the Meld debit card. There's a really good bunch of information in this article, which I'm going to link in my bio as well. But again, they're positioning themselves to be the next generation of neobanks. There's hundreds of neobanks all over the world, okay? You can Google it, and the ones in your country if you want to have a look. And it's providing alternative solutions to traditional banking, which exclude normal people around the world and limit their access to financial services. But by leveraging both traditional and decentralized finance, the Meld ecosystem will offer a full suite of banking services, including payment transfers, lending and over-collateralized borrowing, currency exchange, and insurance. Many of these services will be utilizing blockchain technology and will make the use of smart contracts to automate the process. This is just a very small hint into the future, guys. These guys are paving the way, but there's plenty more to come, okay? And lucky last, guys, there has been a roadmap update. It's been a long time coming. So the recent focus and long-term plans. So the long-term plans are obviously crypto and fiat lending, governance and DAO updates, bank manager NFT, and everything in between. So this is the update to the roadmap. Obviously, we're in Q4 right now. We are going to get the bank manager launch, the Meld shop, the draft Meld API, onboarding our command node operators, and Meld association is established. And then going into a packed Q1 and Q2 for 2023. Just so much going on, guys. I can't wait to bring you all this. I've got some Meld merch already. The quality is actually amazing. I'm not just saying that, it's really good. I've banged it through the wash a bunch of times. The quality is great. The hoodies are super warm. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on that as well. So check out the new roadmap on meld.com. All the links that you need, guys, are in the bio. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more on Meld and crypto in general. And as always, watch this space.